Hello everyone, this is Marc again for you. Today with the awesome video we will present you everything you need to know for the best fragrances during the autumn time. Right now the interesting time starts. We can wear the more heavy stuff and it will be just very appropriate to wear this kind of high volume fragrances, and there are a lot of new ones which you probably don't know. So let's dive into it right now. But before we do that, please make sure to like and subscribe to this video, that way you don't miss anything. And now let's enjoy the beautiful fragrance compilation for the autumn time 2024. First off, we start with a fragrance which is the bottle itself, it's a highlight. Yeah, it's a piece of art, and not a lot of people are knowing about this fragrance brand. We are talking about the House of Oud, and they have an interesting structure. You have the bottle on top of the stand, so it's just a beautiful piece. Every single bottle gets hand painted in Italy, and this one what we have here is called Golden Powder. This one is, like the name said, something which is warm. We have a tobacco base, so it's quite masculine. We have a mixture made out of nutmeg, then we have some guyac wood, and of course vanilla with a little bit of oud, which just be as a kind of booster. So the question is when to wear this fragrance right here. If you are going to your job and you're wearing a heavy knit sweatshirt or something heavy, this one you can use, but you shouldn't overspray it. It's a fragrance which also is kind of seductive because of the vanilla inside. The tobacco makes it a little bit more masculine. So this one I would recommend for everyone who's, let's say, over 25 years of age, because it's a little bit more serious and it's really versatile. You can wear it on your job, don't overspray it, and you can also wear it on an intimate dinner. So this fragrance is the first one I want to show you for the autumn time. It's not too heavy in terms of, if it's kind of spring you can also wear it, but you feel the high volume, you feel the warmness inside, the cinnamon, the vanille, just getting the job done. What I like about this fragrance brand is, first off, they come from Italy, so they have this European touch. They are not too wild on the Arabic side. This is what I really enjoy about these fragrances. So basically they are blind buy fragrances. They are also, although you read oud as ingredients, it's not animalic at all, and it's just performance-wise great fragrance brand. And the bottle itself, it's a piece of art. Then the next one is one of the most affordable fragrances for today. We talked about this quite some time, but I just cannot miss out on it. It's one of the best sellers in Europe. We are talking about Simona Andreoli Eau de Parfum Intense Weiss Bomb. This fragrance, first off, the sprayer is 10 out of 10. If you spray it, it's like a shower, and you have a kind of dark sherry combined with tonka bean, with a vanille. You have some woody notes. There is no coffee inside, but it is almost like a liquor feel to it. This fragrance right here, performance and price wise, because you have a price of around $150, it is just performance wise, and for 100 milliliter, the best one you can choose. It has some caramel notes as well as some salty notes inside. So this is the combination of this fragrance. It's a beautiful one. Simona Andreoli in general is doing a great job. Always kind of, if you like loud fragrances, not all people, want to enter a room and the whole room should smell like fragrance you're wearing. But if you're one of these guys, you will not get disappointed by this one. What I would recommend is, first off, kind of check if you like sherry fragrances, check if you like sweet fragrances. And if that's the case, you can trust the process and buy one of Weiss Bomb, because 1,000 people before you, they did it already and they are quite happy. Simona Andreoli, one fragrance brand which I always recommend for the younger generation, especially around 20 years old, but also, let's say you are 30 years or 35 years of age, this one you can also pull off and you will enjoy it. Now let's switch to one brand which we just kind of introduced to our family, and it is Oud Save the King from Atkinson's. This fragrance brand here is made in the UK. It has, let me check, I think 30% oil inside. It's really high concentrated and it has a sticky sweetness to it. The mixture of this fragrance brand, it's around for quite some time, so we are not, this is probably not the first time you hear this fragrance. It's one of the overall best sellers. It is in the top 100 from all perfume lists all over the world. And what we have here is an Arabic fragrance, but interpreted in a kind of usable way. So the woodiness is not too animalic. You feel it. It has a sticky saffron note. It has some sugary note inside. It has some luxury woods. If you have a special event, if you meet someone, let's say a business meeting, which is not too formal, you know, if you meet someone from the bank, probably this is too playful. But if you want to make a statement in a positive way and you want to kind of get some feedback when you're wearing a fragrance, this is the one to get. It has an Arabic influence for sure, alone the name, you know, it says it all, but it is very easy to use. The only thing what you need to check before you buy it is if you like the Arabic touch of fragrances. If you say no Arabic spices or it's not for me, then leave it. But I think smelling this one, you will kind of enjoy it if you like the sweet saffron notes. For example, Arabian King, if you like Arabian King, this one will be also for you. Atkinson, a new brand. I'm very delighted that we have it in our portfolio. And now let's move on with something from French. Here we have BDK's Vani Leather, and the name says it all. This one is, I mean, look at the liquid, this kind of ambery. Let's take a sniff. So here we have a very elegant, and this is the difference from Italian perfumery to French. The French are always a little bit more, they make it a little bit more rounder in terms of Italians always do it loud. The same applies also to their suits. They are a little bit more extravagant. They are a little bit more powerful in terms of, you know, they have some edges. If you take a look at Weissbomb, there are some spikes for the caramel note, for the sherry note. And this one here, Vani Leather, is the, you know, slick and perfect balanced fragrance. High complexity, a mixture of vanito, a little bit with leather, but I have to say it's a soft leather. I would say suede leather, and maybe also we get some woody notes. This one I would recommend every day during the autumn and winter time. This one you can wear in your job. You shouldn't overspray it, of course, but this one is very versatile. If you like to use a little bit more, I would kind of wear it during the evening time. If you meet up with someone, if you have a coffee date, this is the perfect fragrance. You will get some compliments. It is just very nicely made, and what can I say? The French did a good job. BDK Vani Leather, it's definitely in my top 10 autumn fragrances. Now let's move on to the next one. Here we have on our list a fragrance which you can use on a city trip if you are spending the time outside, if you are going for a walk. We have New York. This fragrance right here is probably usable for the whole year, but I wanted to give you one idea to wear a fragrance during an autumn walk, which kind of is bright but also heavy. And New York is a mixture out of tobacco, tonka bean. You have a citrusy start, but then the lavender and the peppery mixture kind of vitalizes the fragrance, so you have a lot of energy. But then on the dry down, the vanilla, the amber notes, they kind of give it a warm, gives you a warm hug. So this fragrance I would personally use business-wise, but also if I spend the time outside or if I have an active day, I know I will be running around a lot. I would say during the autumn time, New York is also known for its harsh weather conditions, summer hot, winter cold. So this topic I think is definitely one of the top 10 fragrances, and it belongs in top 10 fragrances of the autumn fragrances. So New York from Vidian, a recommendation from my side. And now we are going to choose a fragrance which is more kind of a niche project. It's the best rated fragrances from this brand. On Parfumo, if you check, it has 8.5 or 8.6. It is extrait de parfum. It is highly concentrated, and we are talking about a Baronda from Nasomato. This fragrance is for the dark, mysterious person out there. It is smoky, it is a little bit of fruity, it has some spicy notes, and if you kind of were, what is the name? Shelby, Thomas Shelby, what is the series? I don't know the series, what is the name? If you are one of the guys, then this fragrance is Thomas Shelby is the name. And Peaky Blinders, yes, this is what I want to say. If you are kind of feeling the vibe from him, then this is the fragrance you need to wear. Personally, I would say on a daily time, it's probably too dark. Yeah, it's very rich, very dense. I would more use it on the evening time. It's just more appropriate. And if it's really cold outside, it warms you from the inside. Beautiful fragrance. And if you want to go into a niche direction, I tell you, we don't have a single order in the US until now. So this is a fragrance brand from the Netherlands. They do a really nice job of pushing the limits what you can wear, but this is the most wearable fragrance of them all. So if you want to wear something special in the US, then this is the fragrance to go. Mysterious and perfect for the cold and kind of dark weather. Now let's move on to a fragrance which is price-wise one of the best deals here in this video. We are talking about Melting Lust from Emile Elise. This fragrance brand is from Germany, and they are kind of the transition from popular fragrances to the way into the niche world. It is a mixture of cherry and rum and rose and lavender, patchouli and a little bit of moss, so a little bit of green notes. This fragrance is kind of simplistic in design. You get eau de parfum 100 ml for, I don't know, 130 euro or $130. In terms of fragrances for the young audience, which are affordable but doing an excellent job in terms of production quality, this is what you should get. For the price, you cannot do better. It has a very kind of round fragrance DNA. You just need to check if you like rum and if you like sherry and if you like some green notes. I wouldn't even say that this is just for the evening occasion. This fragrance is one of the most versatile ones. If you are, let's say, 20 years of age and you just want to wear during the autumn time something new with a kind of fruity, sweet approach, this is the fragrance which you can try out. And they are also very interestingly offer a sample set where you have all the different choices from all the fragrances for a very interesting price point. Check out Melting Lust if you are around 20 years of age or 25 years of age and you want to have a new fragrance. I think you are doing you are selecting the right fragrance over here. Now the next one is kind of connected to my heart, I have to say. A fragrance brand from Turkey is, I don't know a single one besides this one, and they just did a great job of bending the Arabic influence in a kind of European way. Here we have Nishan's Papo. This fragrance is not really known. Here we have a sweet approach mixed with a little bit of oud, woody, leathery notes. They are for everyone who kind of wants a strong character fragrance. We all have a Turkish friend. He is probably, you know, strong in mind, and this is what the fragrance is about. It is definitely one of the most mature ones, and I will also spray it here. The spray is beautiful. It's such a complex fragrance. You have the rich spices, which gives a kind of green direction. Then you kind of move it and transition it to a more ambery vibe. Everyone who liked Oud Republic from Panadora, you will love this one. It has a different approach because you have the spices inside, but it has a similar idea. I have to say Nishan Papo is one fragrance which, from this brand at least, not a lot of people are talking about. I have to say I'm looking forward for new releases from Nishan because this one is definitely very complex, strong in character, and for everyone who likes to have a strong, high volume and a little bit also aggressive fragrance, this is it, my friends. And now we kind of go even more Arabic. Here we have a fragrance. This is more for the expert level. If you don't have any fragrances which I showed you prior, probably this is too heavy for you. Here we have Ouverture Man. Look at this beautiful bottle. This rose gold metallic look with this ambery kind of color liquid inside. This is a bad boy fragrance, my friends. Here we have a very smoky start. We have cognac, we have nutmeg, we have cardamom. These are all very kind of rich spices which will flood the room when you enter it. Then we get some sweeter cinnamon notes during the hard kind of note, then a little bit of patchouli which gives it an earthy vibe, and also sandalwood with leather is in the mixture. This fragrance right here is for the CEO. If you have a high position, I would even say you can wear it on your job, because this one is not too warm. It has a cold and professional approach to it, but this one you can only pull if you have an important kind of role inside of a company and no one can touch you, okay? I will spray it also today. It is very interesting. It's more on the expert level, but if you have a high position, try it out. It has a very strong character, but is not too far off from fragrances, from a fragrance to be wearable. You know what I mean? There are some fragrances which are just too crazy and you cannot wear it. This one is wearable, but you need to have a strong mind. If someone asks, you know, what is this fragrance? It's super strong. what is it? You kind of, you know, need to have the mentality to wear it. And now we kind of leave to the last fragrance. And this one is from a fragrance blend which we all love. And it's not the one which kind of is the most sold one. Here we have Amber Chronomatic from Maison Crevelli. Maison Crevelli is very well known for Oud Maracuja, for kind of different fragrances. But this one, you feel the natural ingredients here. It is a mixture of frankincense, which is kind of cold and kind of rich. Then you have pink peppercorns, you have davana oil, whatever it is, benzonin, a little bit of vanille, and Aki Gala wood. So it's an ambery, woody mixture, which is kind of cold essentially. During the daytime, it is just perfect for the cold weather, for the winter time and the autumn time. It is not difficult to wear. You feel from the beginning, you feel the frankincense. This is always a good sign, which kind of, you know, helps you to keep a cool mind. This one is the perfect autumn fragrance for business. It is very professional, very clean. You have all the essential oils inside, and this is something no one wears. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but a great, great fragrance. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I could show you some new fragrances which you don't already know. The interesting thing is, all fragrances which we showed you are linked in the description, and you can even buy the whole sample set. All fragrances here are available in a sample set. Enjoy them right now and let me know how you like them. And then I see you guys next time. Bye bye.